Monday. You were right. Oh, Flanny. Oh, a good morning to you. Play the music, baby. I can't hear the song. Let me know when we're doing the chant. Wow. I'm here with Big Tonka. I'm wearing the Zach Bond jersey, loud and proud. We debuted our repack, Swamp King, this weekend. The Birds are going to the Super Bowl. I didn't get to hear it, so just to start our Monday, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! All right. Had to get it out of my system this morning. A great morning to you guys out there. I apologize for being a little too loud, being a little too excited.
Don't apologize. I don't accept the apology on behalf of the chat. I don't accept it. This is what I want the next hour and a half, Josh.
Listen. Let me just say this. Let me just say this before we go any further today. There is so much to talk about, both from a card perspective, what we're doing here at Suncoast. A big shout out to everyone who got Swamp King going together. In case you guys missed it last night, we debuted our repack while the AFC Championship was happening. It was just a big,
unbelievable night.
Big night.
Monumental night in Suncoast sports history. Appreciate everyone that was a part of it. And we're going to keep it going. Swamp King in the store as well. 24 teams remaining. Would love to see some spots come down while I sit here. That'll be me and Matty Ice from 11 to 7.
And Flanny, does anyone know the reason for the great outage of Fanatics Live?
I heard that the Swamp King was so electrifying that it actually sent shockwaves throughout the Fanatics Live app.
Trav knows.
Travis knows. Speaking of which, Travis, don't quit on me. Never quit on me. Padre's still alive, bud.
Look at this guy. Always selling with the Swamp King Live. Yeah, the Golden Gator.
Did they hit a Golden Gator?
We hit a Golden Gator last night. In case you missed it.
I got to admit, I was asleep literally as soon as that game ended.
Yeah.
So I was not watching. But literally for Blaine, obviously. As soon as the game ended, I was head to pillow. So I'm like waiting to like see what was hit yesterday. Obviously, I know it was massive breaks. But yeah, so much going on yesterday. Obviously, the championship Sunday, Swamp King, Bowman first, True Blue auto.
Disgusting.
That
is just awesome. Shout out to
awesome.
Blaine LaFleur. He's been rocking with us like crazy recently.
That's the kind of stuff, chat. Those Golden Gators, these Swamp Kings, absolutely no joke. We've been waiting on this for a while. Get in on some of the action. These are some of the biggest cards you are going to see. Looking forward to getting my hands on some of them soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We got one in the store right now. Just saying, Trav, y'all got me slabbed up, he says.
Let's go.
And speaking of, if this is your first time joining us here this morning on Talkin Slab, look, here's the deal. I am overwhelmed with excitement. I apologize for being a little all over the place. We do a little sports talk show. We break down everything going down, typically in the NFL right now. We'll see if we can touch on some of this hot stove news. But we also do giveaways at 10 in the morning here today. We will give you a trivia question related to young quarterbacks making the Super Bowl. Just a little hint, because I want to give away some slabs. At 10 a.m., we give you a trivia question. If you can get it right collectively with a poll here, it triggers our first giveaway at 10 a.m. It's a 50-card wheel. 3 of those cards on that wheel are PSA graded slabs. Thank you very much, Ben. Those are PSA graded slabs. The colors in red. We have a new one today, by the way, because on Friday, talk about the excitement going on.
That's right. Friday, Jaws' debut show.
On
you guys hit one,
Friday,
right?
we hit a Shohei Ohtani graded PSA 10 rookie card we gave away for free. Felipe's in here. Good morning, Felipe. I didn't see you. Long time no see. Happy Monday to you, Felipe. But we gave away a Shohei Ohtani rookie card, Gem Mint 10, for free on Friday. Now we have a Gunnar Henderson Topps Chrome Gem Mint 10 rookie card taking that one spot. So there you go. 3 slabs on that wheel. All the other cards still pretty decent stuff. Cool autos and the like. We do that at 10 a.m. and 10:45 in the morning. All this plus Swamp King. It has been such an exciting time here at Suncoast Sports. But Aaron, my good friend, let's get into a little bit of what we saw over this past weekend in the NFL. No, we are not talking about Anthony Santander's dealer jerks and Profar signing. I do want to talk about that at some point. I promise. It's actually,
you're telling me that's not the
that was
news
not
of the moment
today.
Anthony Santander on his bargain of a deal.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. Don't get me going, Aaron, because I will.
Same with Jerkson Profar.
ZK is already feeling it, by the way, this morning. Eagles beat the Chiefs by 20+. And listen, we will talk about the Chiefs and Bills, which I'm not sure what America kind of wants to talk about more today. You know,
I think
obviously,
America. I'm going to be honest with you. I think America probably wants more Chiefs Bills, just in large part due to the way the game went. I mean, as a whole.
Well, let's start there. Let's start there then. Yeah.
I think we should. Wherever you want to start.
Let's start there. Let's start there. I want to talk with the Chiefs and the Bills. That is what we saw most. I have to start by saying this, Bills fans. I am so sorry for you guys.
Seriously, that is true.
I am
Ben, I talk to you and my friend Matty Ice right now, and I sincerely apologize.
I am so sorry for Bills fans, and Felipe says Jason Kelce should unretire.
Dude, honestly, he probably should for this game.
If he does, no, because he won't. I think Jason Kelce probably wants the Chiefs to win. To be honest, I think Travis is going to retire, and then Jason probably knows that.
I think if Travis was going to retire, I don't know. I think they should. We'll blow by this pretty quickly. If Travis was going to retire, I think Kelce would have been probably at that game yesterday because there was like
he was at that game.
He did get to the game.
Yes, he got to the game because he's a crazy person. With
I didn't know he got to the game.
Private jets and all that.
I was gonna say I didn't know if he got to the game because I know he was having a moral quandary.
I know
of whether or not he was gonna watch the Birds or Travis because he didn't know how many Travis had left. All right, I didn't know he got there. Okay,
he did get there somehow, some way. We will start with the Bills and the Chiefs, work our way back, and we'll just talk about them both. Give our brief Super Bowl predictions, and I do want to look at a couple things from a card perspective as well. Really interesting to see how quickly this market does fluctuate. But let's just talk about the game real quick. Let's go Bills and Chiefs, because that was the game we saw more recently. That was the game that was closer, to call a spade of the 232-29, the final score. Aaron, there is so much narrative street about the officials all week, all season, all this and that. And Ben, if you wouldn't mind, it's the first on the Google Doc. It's the first hyperlink after the Chiefs-Bills game. Is this what the game came down to? And I think a lot of people do believe that this game came down to a quarterback sneak, Aaron, where the officials, this is the play. Or actually, no, Ben, that was the second one, or I might have messed that up.
Gosh darn it, Josh.
What's that, Aaron?
Can we get this right?
I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me here. Don't get mad at me. Do you think this game came down to that quarterback sneak that Josh Allen was ruled short of? I mean, it was controversial. It was as close as can be. If you really ask me what I think happened on that quarterback sneak, I think Josh Allen was short, but I will not pound my chest and say with all confidence he was short. This was the play. This was the play.
So here's the thing. The first thing I'm going to say is one, unbelievably close call either way. Whatever way it was called on the field was the way that was going to go.
I would agree with
So a lot of people are getting annoyed about this this referee spotting the ball discrepancy now, right? Because the far-sided referee, the one with the poor view, had him with a first down.
Okay.
The near-sided referee had him short. Now, I'm going to be honest. If I had to choose, did he get it or not? With the camera angles I have. Now, I can't see the football, so I know they can't make the change. Because if you watch the angle, the best angle they have, Chris Jones is maybe a guy who played an unbelievable game last night. His best play of the game might have been being directly in the camera's frame between that and the first down marker covering the ball. I think Allen got there. I'm going to be completely honest. I do think Allen got there. I think it was probably, Gene Steratore said it, I agree, probably by about a third of the length of the football, which is probably about 2 to 3 inches. But I don't think it determined the game.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because Josh Allen, the Bills defense, did exactly what they were supposed to do there. Holding Mahomes to 3, in my opinion, in that situation,
it's crazy. You don't see that happen too often.
Is about as close to the dream scenario as there is, other than, let's say, an aborted snap over Mahomes' head that causes a 35-yard loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would take some freak incident, I feel like, to keep them from scoring any points. So the Bills had a chance. Allen had the ball with time, and they didn't get it done. That's why I don't think it decided the game, and I just hate that this is the way it's going now, because the one thing I wanted the most without really having a horse in the race is I just didn't want this to be another, the refs gave the Chiefs the game, the refs gave the Chiefs the game. Everyone's going to, cry and moan about it. That is the last thing I wanted because I think the Chiefs played a great game. I think both teams played a great game.
Absolutely.
And I think that is what should be the talking point. I don't think it should be the fact that the Bills ran the same play for the fourth time in a big spot. You know what? In that regard, whether or not they got it, they should not have left it in the hands of the refs to have to make that tough of a call in that big of a situation.
Well, I think that is the pro. Berticall makes a comment. He says they need to put a GPS tag on the football, almost like a tennis, right? Like how the tennis has the.
I don't hate that. What would you put a tracker then in like the sticks as well? I'm sure you can do that.
Well, they've been talking about that a lot. I wonder if something like this is kind of like
doing it according to
kind of a kind of a last straw.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Again, I mean, I just think, it's like. If you're going to scrutinize this first down call, I'd have to watch back the game, but I mean, how many times were there first down calls made by inches?
Forget about first downs alone. We got touchdowns, we got first downs. Next gen stats last night. This is what I was waiting to get to. Josh Allen, I think this was mid-game. I don't know what it came down to at the end. Next gen stats says Josh Allen has been stuffed short of the line of game by the Chiefs on 3 quarterback sneaks so far tonight. So this was the middle of the game.
Yes, this was the fourth one.
The most run stuffs by a defense against quarterback sneaks in one game since next-gen stats were invented.
Well, did you see the thing? All 4 of them were to the same spot. All 4 of them were to the same left side.
They said it on the broadcast last night. I forget who said it. Andy Reid all week had said, when the Bills quarterback sneak it, Josh Allen likes going over the left guard. Shout out to Andy Reid. Not that this is some revolutionary idea. I mean, that seems like a rudimentary, basic coaching idea. I watch film. When they sneak it,
when they do this,
go
they
over
go
to the
left or right. That'd be the first thing I observed.
Was that call bad? I'm not going to say the call was bad. I understand.
Because if the ball, it's... If they get it, the call is good.
Nice burp.
Thanks.
I don't fault Bills fans for being upset. You could call it either way. But at the end of the day, you can be mad at one person, and it's not Roger Goodell. It's not the officials. I think it's Sean McDermott. To not have anything at all in your back pocket aside from a quarterback sneak to the left side every time. You saw it got stuffed over and over and over again, and you just kept running it.
That's the problem I have. It's the definition of insanity. I
knew it was coming.
It
was minus 1,000 for the Albert Einstein insanity quote today.
I love that quote. Is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And they ran the same play, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times in the most crucial moments of the season, and it didn't work once.
And hang on, Felipe actually makes a really good point that we actually saw happen in the game. Felipe makes a point saying he is 8 feet tall, 300 pounds, a little bit of exaggeration.
Well, the one time he did that, he fumbled.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
But
he did get it back. I forgot he fumbled.
But the one time he went over the top, which Tony Romo did a really good job of analyzing this, because I've never thought of it this way, and he pointed it out to me, so I can't take credit for this.
Okay.
When you reach the ball out at the goal line,
all you have to do is get crossed and it's over.
Because once it crosses the goal line, you're good. So you can go over. Once it goes over, you get hit.
Right.
You pull it back. Whatever it is.
It's like a baseball. When you run to first base, you run past it. You run past second base. You're out.
So him going over, you still have to secure the ball. So going over the top when it's not the end zone is an unbelievably risky move. I stubbed my toe once on my bed. I still can't. That's a good point, Felipe. The difference is that's you getting into bed. This is the AFC Championship.
With the Super Bowl on the line. And then here's the difference though, Felipe. The whole world is not going to rip you a new one the next day for stubbing your toe and getting into bed.
Yeah, I might be annoyed that my shoes hurt, but...
And Matty Ice says, Felipe, you want to be the head coach for the Bills? We got open auditions. I mean, look, Matty Ice, here's a question for you. Here's a question for you, Ben. Here's a question for Bills fans everywhere. I do think Sean McDermott is like a decent head coach, right? If the Bills move on from him, someone will scoop him up and they will probably be successful with him. Don't get me wrong. But I always look back at the Toronto Raptors where they fired Dwayne Casey. Do you remember this? The Raptors fired Dwayne Casey when he won Coach of the Year. The next season, Nick Nurse comes in and wins the NBA Finals. At a certain point, I do have to wonder if you say, McDermott, you've been really good for us. But we need a guy who's just going to put us over the hump. And if I'm the Bills fan, I think today while I'm working, I might throw on Bills radio and hear what those conversations are. And are they calling for their head coach? Because honestly, and I hate to be a guy calling for another man's job, I think you have to start to consider it. I think it's time in Buffalo to get a new head coach.
I'm going to respond to that statement with a question and a statement.
Okay.
The first statement is, Kawhi Leonard also joined the Raptors at the same time.
Yes, all right.
So unless you have a Kawhi Leonard joining the Bills next year, which I'm not going to say is the Amari Cooper acquisition from midseason this year, I'm not sure about that. They're definitely going to need to add something either on the offensive side of the ball in terms of a weapon or some kind of big defensive playmaker. I still think they're definitely a superstar short. And the thing I would ask you then about McDermott's job, because I think this is an interesting parallel. If the Eagles lose, or if the Eagles lost yesterday, would you be calling for Sirianni's job?
Absolutely not. No.
So what I understand that Sirianni's tenure is a little shorter than McDermott, so it's a little less. But theoretically, you're talking about similar kind of statuses of a team where you're right there multiple times in a row and you haven't gotten it done. So I kind of view McDermott and Sirianni on a similar level in regards to if Sirianni lost this game to the Commanders, would they be calling for his job? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. You'd be able to answer that better than myself.
Dude, that's actually like not the worst point ever. I do think there's a certain like insanity that Sean McDermott has brought Bills fans. You know what I mean? Like, I do think there is a certain like.
I just think it's for longer.
Like getting over the same hump year after year. And I mean, now here's the other thing. I've been saying it all week. McDermott now moves to 0-5 in road playoff games. You know what I mean? Like I want to, let me get to some of these chats and I want to work my way back to the Josh Allen aspect of this. All right, let's see. We got a lot to get to here. Mally, what's good? Good morning to you, Mally. Mally says, can't have MVP caliber quarterbacks with decent coaches. They need better. I think that's the difference. And listen, we will talk about Jalen Hurts, ZK, if you are still watching, because you were right, my friend. Jalen Hurts might be also another MVP caliber quarterback. But look, Josh Allen's better than Jalen Hurts. I will say that. You watch it now. You watch it there. What else we got? Matty Ice, great hype man, horrendous X's and O's coach. Look at Andy Reid and Philly. This is true because Andy Reid had the X's and O's. He didn't have the personnel to the extent that he does now, and you're seeing what he does with the personnel. Hoff, what's up, Hoff? I could not believe the play calling at the end of the game. It was terrible. I agree, Hoff. I mean, that's where I come today at the end of it. If you're a Bills fan, you have to be sick. If you are Josh Allen, you are sick. Because look, did Josh Allen play a perfect game? No. But I did think Josh Allen played well enough to win. And it's the same story we've had so many freaking times. This is not on Josh Allen. This is not Josh Allen's fault.
No, it's not. It's not Josh Allen's fault. But here's the thing I ask to you. How much more confident are you? Let's say the roles are reversed right here, okay? So you got 32-29 Bills.
Yeah.
Mahomes has the ball, 2.5 minutes left, was it?
There's no doubt he's winning that game.
Who's winning the game?
I mean, there's no doubt. There's no doubt.
Josh Allen is a fantastic quarterback. You can't argue against him being one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league. You know, he's now the odds-on favorite to win MVP. He's been in the MVP conversation for the last 5 years?
Yes.
He's an unbelievable NFL quarterback. But Patrick Mahomes, Tony Romo, again, I keep stealing from Tony Romo. I thought he called a great game yesterday.
He always does. I love Tony Romo. I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Phrase I've never heard before.
Okay.
Competitive awareness.
Wow.
Patrick Mahomes' competitive awareness.
I like that.
And the Chiefs' competitive awareness. And what that means to me is knowing exactly what it takes to get any job done at a certain time.
So I was trying to read some stuff in The Athletic this morning. Great story about exactly that. This was a text message from Matt Nagy. He sent to his wife. It was 2 hours before midnight on the eve of the AFC Championship. Mahomes was in his zone, and even in a crowded meeting room, he was much alone. The transformation was so striking to Matt Nagy, he felt compelled to text his wife, Stacy. Quote, Pat's slowly turning into his superhero creature tonight at the hotel as we speak. It's the coolest thing ever. Not many people understand. He creates an edge and becomes a different person as he gets locked in. It's fascinating. Has that look in his eye tonight that normal people don't have. I mean...
Yeah, that gives you chills as a fan.
ZK, it's like you're talking about Jalen Hurts there. ZK, trust me, I want to talk about him.
We'll get to Jalen
in
Hurts.
just 1 second.
I'll take some of my medicine.
Because I am with you too, ZK. Got out of his straitjacket. When you read that about Patrick Mahomes, one other name comes to mind.
Yep, I'm glad we're thinking the same thing.
Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Michael Jordan. I mean, it's truly.
And I took that personally.
And it's just these guys who we talked about it last week. Patrick Mahomes, same exact regular season 2 years in a row. Ho hum. You know, I even last week I started to say
he's running for touchdowns yesterday. When's the last time we've seen this guy run the ball? I mean, we see him with his shirt off now. He's a dad of 3. I mean, he looks like your average human being half the time. And here he is. He's running through Matt Milano. He's the worst spike I've ever seen. I think he took off a cameraman's head.
Dude, I was thinking that too. He gets paid so much money and is the best to ever hold the football and throw the football. And when it comes time to spike it, he totally forgot any bodily functions.
It's like you throwing a baseball these days.
It's hilarious.
I don't know how to throw a baseball.
But I mean, it's unbelievable. I saw another crazy stat that said Patrick Mahomes dislocated his leg or arm. I forget the exact injury, but doing a QB sneak, he got hurt 5 years ago. Since then, Andy Reid has designed 3 quarterback runs with Patrick Mahomes ever. Last night was the third we ever saw. It was a designed quarterback run with Patrick Mahomes. Going back to Allen and why I do feel bad for him, Ben, it was the first play you played. It was the last play, really, for the Buffalo Bills on the offense. Jesus, man.
Kincaid.
I mean, look, it's you're not gonna say they totally lost his game because Dalton Kincaid dropped this ball.
No.
But like we need to give Josh Allen some of his flowers here because who the hell makes this throw?
All right, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't want to give him any credit for this throw.
Really? Why?
This was playing a game of jackpot. This was I'm throwing the ball. Look how many defenders are around the ball. There's 5.
Dude, but he put the ball in the only place it could possibly be.
I'm sorry. He threw that ball 40 feet in the air. Look at this.
Let's look at it again.
This is a dead duck.
It's not a dead duck. Dude, look at that. That is running straight backwards.
Kincaid's coming back to the ball. No, I'm sorry.
No. Kincaid's coming back to the ball, but if he put the ball where Kincaid was running, that's an interception. Right? Like he had put the ball in the only place to go.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm not going to have this. Josh Allen is a great player. He played a great game. No, this is not a good play. The only thing that should be acknowledged about this play is an unbelievable ballsy cornerback blitz called by Steve Spagnuolo that blew up the whole play. That's the thing people should be talking about on that play because that is an unbelievable defensive play call. Not the fact that Josh Allen, who I love, threw the ball 60 yards in the air. I mean, he could have thrown that ball underhand. It's like me when I was a camp counselor and I'm playing jackpot with the kids. And
old JCC?
Yeah, at the Mid-Island Y, JCC, at the Henry Kaufman campgrounds. But, all right, $400, mystery box, who wants it? I got 5 defenders around, and I just so happened to throw it to my best athlete in my group, and he drops it. But no, I'm sorry, I can't give credit for that throw. It would have been a legendary play, but I cannot sit here and honestly say that I think he put that ball on a rope to Dalton Kincaid between 5 defenders falling on his back.
Listen, I think you were totally right about one part of that. It's the Spags credit. Steve Spagnuolo, one of the best coordinators, without a doubt, in the NFL.
Going for his 5th Super Bowl.
This was a fantastic play call by Spags. You're right about that. I do think you have to give Allen credit for putting that ball in that spot.
I give him credit for getting rid of the ball. I do not give him credit for a great throw.
Mally says this is like when Kobe would shoot over 5 defenders. Allen rolls left instead of right. Shakir is wide off.
I see that.
Well, one more time, ZK. I hadn't noticed this before. Bottom of your screen right here. Yeah, bottom of your screen. Look at Shakir. Who's that coming on the blitz? That might be Bolton coming on the blitz. Oh, no. He drops back. Oh, he's wide open. I hadn't seen that before, ZK. That's a great eye.
Well, he rolls right towards the blitz. And it's interesting because you know what? They ran that.
This looks schemed for Shakir almost.
Well, they ran this same motion with Shakir in the red zone, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
They ran the same motion with Shakir in the red zone, and then he came out left.
I hadn't noticed that.
He came out left. The safety went with him.
Wow.
And it led to them being able to throw that touchdown right over the middle of the field.
Holy crap.
So that motion, I believe, is supposed to open up the middle of the field. If you watch again, I wonder if they set this bunch set to the left over the middle.
So you're saying Shakir's just a decoy?
The target, no. So watch this play again.
Guy coming over the middle?
Amari Cooper is the primary target on this play. Coming over the middle underneath.
Yeah.
This motion is going to take the safety to the outside.
All right.
Watch the middle. Right there. Boom. That's where the ball's supposed to go.
Wide open. Yep. Okay. That's
crazy. The ball's supposed to go underneath on a drag. Again, you'll see it right here. Coming under the middle in the bunch on the bottom of your screen.
Look at this guy.
Right there.
Gruden
That's where the
grinder.
ball's supposed to go.
Oh, man.
The Shakir motion is supposed to bring out the safety. He missed that. But that is because this cornerback blitz completely takes Allen out of rhythm. He immediately is rolling.
But
that's an interesting... ZK almost notices the Shakir being open, which then opens my eyes.
Yeah.
To Cooper being open there as well. He actually had 2 open receivers. Interesting. I mean, I'm not blaming Josh Allen for that by any means
me
with
neither,
a guy
man.
in his face, but it is interesting that there were 2 guys open on that play, and it looks like, to me, one of them should have been the primary read based off the way the play was drawn up.
Little less than 5 minutes to go on our slab or no slab giveaway, Conference Championship edition, as we react to the trials and tribulations of the Buffalo Bills. If you got a Bills fan, send them a message. Check on them. Check on your Bills fans out there.
Now I can't stop looking at how open Amari Cooper was.
But, geez, man. So let me ask you this now. I feel like you're kind of walking it back. Do you blame Josh Allen? Like, are you blaming Josh Allen now that you've let a little more time?
Now that I think I understand the intended play?
Now that
or
you
the
understand,
way that the play was supposed to work?
Just everything, man. Just everything.
No.
It sounds like you're being a little more critical on Allen than I am.
No, I think he missed one read. He missed one read there after watching it again, which is something I will take absolutely no credit for picking up live. I mean,
credit to Zeke.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't notice that live. I didn't notice that Amari Cooper was wide open. I'm not going to act like I was smart enough to know watching that play live.
No, of course not.
That
Right.
Shakir motion was going to indicate that they should be going over the middle like they did on that touchdown. That being said, watching it back, being able to see it 4 times, I now see that. But why, I can't hold Josh Allen to, having 7 350-pound guys in his face trying to take the guy's head off because he can't rate that read in a millisecond after I watched the play 4 straight times. So, no, I'm not going to blame Josh Allen.
And then it's, Mally, I'm not going to repeat it because I feel bad for my Bills fan in the room, but it is a funny message. Come on now, Mally.
I can't read the whole thing.
It
cuts off it better.
Hey, bro, this is quote of his text to a Bills fan today. Hey, bro, sorry the Bills lost, but even the Rams have won one in my lifetime. Better luck next decade, loser.
I know what I'm texting my Bills fan friend because me and one of my best friends back at school had a wager. If the Bills
Jets or Bills?
No, just the Bill. We had a bet under 10 wins for the Bills. He owes me 10 wins is a push. 11 or more I owe him. We had before the season started. Obviously, I paid him, and he would text me after every game for more. Like obviously, they were gonna get to 11 wins after like week 6. I think they were 5-1. So I was like, all right, like good for you, you win. And he just keeps texting me. So now I've got a text to send him. So thank you, Mally.
Oh my goodness. There you go. Shout out Mally for that.
I'm really glad we got to watch that play over again though now. That does change. That changes how I think about the game.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, I do think, look, no matter what, I'll be honest, and I'm sorry to Bills fans, not to just keep pounding it home. I am curious to see if there are anyone out there who are really still blaming the officials after last night's game, and I understand your qualms. But my final kind of thought before we get our trivia and our first giveaway live for the day would be, no matter what happened, I think it was inevitable the Chiefs were going to drive down that field. No matter what the Bills were going to do, unless you take the lead, unless you score a touchdown with triple zeros left, they were still in position at the end of the game where the Mahomes and the Chiefs were probably still going to march down that field.
They had a chance.
I don't know if that makes you feel better or worse as a Bills fan. That's just the truth.
If you're Sean McDermott, this is the last thing I'll say about the game because I think this really sums it all up. If you're Sean McDermott, and I asked you, what was it, on Friday, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say Friday was really your last day that you're, fully prepping, whatever, you're locked in. I give you the ball. You have all 3 of your timeouts with 2:30 and you're down by 3.
Yes.
Are you happy with where you're at?
Yep, you're right.
Well, do you like that scenario?
Nope.
Do you think you have a good chance of winning that game? And that's the position they were in, and they couldn't get it done.
Let's get our first trivia question, our only trivia question up, and hopefully our first giveaway of the morning.
Absolutely, Mal.
Because we are going to start talking about the other big game, the other team, the rematch. They'll be playing against the Eagles, and for Jalen Hurts, it will be the second Super Bowl he has started in his young career as an NFL quarterback. So Jalen Hurts joins a very short list of all-time quarterbacks to start 2 or more Super Bowls, unless something horrible happens in the next 2 weeks. I think it's a safe assumption that Jalen Hurts will be starting this game for the Eagles. How many other active quarterbacks have started multiple Super Bowls in the entire NFL? Any active player in the NFL, how many of them have started multiple Super Bowls, we'll just say. How many quarterbacks have started multiple Super Bowls? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 1, 2, 3, or 4. Those are your choices. You know it can't be that many. How many other quarterbacks have started multiple Super Bowls out of active players in the NFL right now? That's our trivia question to get our first slab or no slab giveaway.
I don't feel good about this.
You don't feel good about this one? Let me just say, I voted on it right, Aaron, because I want to get the giveaway going, and I knew I had a hard one today.
I don't have a correct vote here, so
I knew I had a hard one. All right, well, let's talk it out real quick with 5 seconds. Mahomes has won.
Purdy.
He's only started 1 Super Bowl.
Has he?
Yeah. 2 is the correct answer. 2 is the correct answer. B-Lev nailed it. Big Dog knew it as well. It is Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson. Those are the only 2 active quarterbacks to start multiple Super Bowls. Active, Flanny. How many active quarterbacks have started multiple Super Bowls in the NFL? It's Patrick Mahomes, who has started many, as we know.
I would have thought Purdy.
And Russell Wilson. Purdy only made 1. Jimmy G made the other. Yeah,
okay.
Jimmy G made the other. I mean, Purdy got close.
Who was Jimmy G's backup then? Was that Darnold?
Yeah, I think it was Darnold. All right, so our first giveaway is live, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for getting that trivia question right.
Hallelujah.
I wanted to. We weren't going to come in here on a Monday after all this excitement and then not give away 2 potential
I feel like I've been here for 2 of the 3 times they haven't gotten it right too. So I feel like it's my
Rothschild
fault.
curse.
Yeah.
But all right, so let's flip it over. I'm not done talking about the Chiefs or the Bills, honestly, but I do kind of think that's a good segue over to Jalen Hurts, the Philadelphia Eagles, and that NFC Championship game yesterday. There have been 3. I'm so spoiled as a fan. I'll be honest. I am very aware. I'm very appreciative. I
appreciate you saying that.
I am spoiled as a fan that I have gotten to see 3.
Give that man his flowers, Rothschild.
Let's go. Come on.
I'll give him some flowers, yeah.
I've seen now 4 Super Bowl appearances in my lifetime. I barely remember the first, but I've seen now 4 Super Bowl appearances in my lifetime, which is nuts.
Yeah.
3 NFC championships in recent history, all blowouts in the link. You do not come to the link in the NFC Championship and walk out of there alive. That's just how it goes. All 3 have been laughers, man. It's insane. And we have to start with the conversation about Jalen freaking Hurts, because even I did not give this man enough credit. ZK, I don't want to say I laughed at ZK, but it kind of made me chuckle. The way that ZK, the Birds fan, was pounding his chest, beating the drum for the Jalen Hurts hype train, and I said, ZK, pump the brakes. I think he's good. I don't think he's great. I think we need to start changing the narrative and the way we talk about Jalen Hurts, Aaron. All this man has done is win. It's him and Patrick Mahomes now, because Russell Wilson's career is as good as over.
Yeah.
It is him and Patrick Mahomes now, in my eyes, for guys who have taken their team to multiple Super Bowls right now in the NFL. I do understand. Look, Saquon Barkley's great. He's got great weapons around him. But, dude, Jalen Hurts played a hell of a game on a bum knee. 20 of 28, 71% completion percentage, 4 total touchdowns, 246 yards. Aaron, I think Jalen Hurts should be elevated into that upper echelon of quarterbacks because all he does is win. I know it may not look pretty. Are you eating crow today, my friend?
I have what I want to say in my brain. I'm trying to figure out the way of saying it that makes the most sense, if that makes any sense here.
It's a common problem with a lot of people, you know?
So let me start. No, I'm not eating crow. That's how I'm starting. No, I will not be eating any crow this morning. Yes, I will give Jalen Hurts his flowers. I think he played an unbelievable game. I think he is a winner. I think he does a great job at his job. I think he is a fantastic NFL quarterback. I will not be changing the way I view a quarterback because of one game. I will not be doing that. I will not be doing that because of one win. I still have my thoughts on Jalen Hurts. I think he played a great game. I think he does exactly what he needs to do. But if you're going to ask me, I still have him ranked where I have him ranked amongst quarterbacks. I think Howie Roseman built an unbelievable team.
He did.
And I am not penalizing. I do not want to penalize Jalen Hurts for that. I don't want to. I really don't. Howie Roseman is the best executive in the National Football League. That team is built about as good as you are going to see an NFL team. There are no holes. They've got defensive players of the year, multiple defensive player of the year candidate players on the defense, young players, veterans, offensive line of studs. That team is built to perfection. They have no holes. And Jalen Hurts is exactly what that team needs.
Sure, yeah.
But that being said, no, he's not a superstar quarterback.
I understand why you're saying that, and you know what, ZK? I'm joining your camp because this is what we want as Eagles fans, I think. And it took me a while to understand this, and I've got hot and cold, and from this day forward, I need to just never doubt him again. Because you're right. You're right in a lot of ways, I think, Aaron. He's perfect for this team, and that's all he needs to be.
And that's all he needs to be. And again, I don't want to penalize him. I can't penalize him. But I also can't say he's better than other people. You know what I'm saying? I cannot sit here and say he does more for his team than other players do.
And you know what,
He's
Aaron?
a great point guard.
Here's the great
Hurts
thing.
is a great point guard.
Here's the great thing, and I see these comments in here about, oh, he would stink on this team, he would stink on that team. We'll never know.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
And that is an outstanding problem to have. I wish Jalen Hurts was the Jets quarterback.
Right, sure.
I wish Jalen Hurts was my quarterback. I have no problem saying that. And here's the conclusion I came to yesterday. And I am going to ruffle a lot of feathers with this.
God.
So I'm looking forward
God.
to the response. But I think I'm right.
All right, wait, hold on, because I wanted to go two things before, because I feel like you're going to say something that's going to send me on a spiral. So just keep a pin in it. I want to address the two things. One, Friedline. Does he do that without Saquon? If only there was some way we could know if he could get to the Super Bowl without Saquon.
Oh, wait.
He
He did.
2 years ago, he did.
With
Come
Miles
on now,
Sanders.
Friedline, with Miles Sanders. Yes.
Thank
you, Aaron.
I'll give him all of his credit.
And Natalie says, oh, wait, he lost. Sure, he lost.
And he might lose.
Go look at his numbers in the Super Bowl. 342 yards, I believe.
They put up 35 points,
games.
didn't they?
Yeah. One of the best games I've seen a quarterback in ever. Mally is salty this
Mally
morning.
woke up
Hello.
angry.
Oh, man. I love it, Mally. I love it. And then Jay Kane with one of the two best quotes from Jalen Hurts' postgame press conference. He says, I do not play for the statistic approval of anyone else. It's Jalen Hurts. He just always talks in such a funny little slight southern drawl, monotone voice. And he said, they asked him, what's it like playing with Coach Sirianni? He's like, took the straitjacket off of me today. I was like, oh my God. I just, that is what got me. And that is what kind of really sent me over the edge of loving Jalen Hurts right now as a quarterback, is him making a comment that they took the straitjacket off of me today, which tells me that this guy has disagreed with a lot of the coaching, with a lot of the philosophies over the last few years. He's seen so much change, and he puts his head down and says, whatever you need, coach, whatever's the best for a team. And
As he should.
And he always just shows up. He does his job. And yesterday they said, you know what, Jalen, we're going to let you go a little bit more free today. We feel a little more comfortable, a knee injury. And he just rose to the occasion, and he looked fantastic.
It was a
all
beautiful game. I think he was outstanding. And here's the thing I'm about to say that ruffles the feathers.
All right, give it to me.
Jalen Hurts, his comp, if you want to go across sports right here,
Oh, God, I'm getting nervous.
he's the Kyle Lowry.
Oh, God!
Of the NFL.
What? The Kyle Lowry?
He's a prime Kyle Lowry.
Oh, Kyle Lowry?
He won a championship.
No!
He's a great point guard.
What the hell, man?
He distributes the ball well. He does his job. He plays his role. He's a borderline Pro Bowler, All-Star in every season. But he's not the Kawhi Leonard of the team. He still needs his Serge Ibaka. He still needs his Danny Green. Yeah,
I know, Mally. I was going to say the same thing,
unbelievable,
too.
Mally. I call him K Booty. But that's where I look at him. He's an unbelievable distributor of the ball. He gets the ball where it's supposed to be at the right time. He's a great point guard. He does his job. Kyle Lowry's a great player.
I know.
Like, this is not an insult. Kyle Lowry is a guy who's had a close to 20-year NBA career, has been an all-star, is going to have his number retired by the Raptors eventually. I'm not saying that in an insulting way.
Well,
Kyle Lowry is a beloved figure in Toronto basketball.
You know what, Ben, would you be able to do me a favor? If it's too hard, no worries. Jay Kane, thank you, Jay Kane. Let's get that video up.
I couldn't. This was an unbelievable play. Unbelievable play.
Could Kyle Lowry make that play?
Absolutely.
Aaron? No, because here's the thing.
Kyle Lowry was a clutch player for that team.
Here's the thing, though, Aaron. And
I think Kyle Lowry is taking way too much slander on this show.
Mally just says, "How the hell did you just make me defend Jalen Hurts?" And by the way, B-Lev, I'm gonna get to your comment too because I think that's a really good comment, B-Lev.
That's similar.
No, Mally, that's a better comparison.
How is that better?
How is that better? I like Jamal Murray. All right,
how is that better? I'll say Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray is a way more talented player. He can make more happen. And I think what's Kyle Lowry's game-winning moment? He doesn't have one. You know what I mean? He makes a lot of little plays. Kyle Lowry's not sexy.
I'll change it to Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray, I would absolutely take Jamal Murray. And
that's fine. I'm saying my point is a borderline All-Pro, borderline All-Star. Who is not necessarily, who plays the star position of his team, right? Point guard is usually the star position, you could say.
Yeah,
quarterback is the star
at least
position.
The last
is the guy who's distributing the ball, has the ball in his hands a ton.
All right, real quick. Yeah, look at this play, man. Look at this play. I know you saw it, but I mean, dude, this is an amazing throw.
Oh, beautiful. You couldn't hand him the ball any better.
That is an amazing throw. Plus what he's able to do. Look. We're gonna have a lot of time to fill. Let me be blunt. There's gonna be a lot of crap that I'm gonna say in the next 2 weeks because this is some of the hardest time to do sports talk. Is you're filling 2 weeks just to talk about one game. Yeah. All right. There will be a whole tush push should it be banned or not day. I'm telling you guys right now.
No.
But the fact is, you saw the Bills get stuffed on a QB sneak. You see teams get stuffed on the QB sneak. I do think there is something to be said about Jalen Hurts' ability to execute it. What he did against the Rams, Mally, you got to credit him for this. What was it, a 44-yard touchdown run? Kyle Lowry, okay? Your Kyle Lowry player comparison does not make plays like that. To me, Kyle Lowry, look, he was a really good player, don't get me wrong, Aaron, but it pissed me off, quite frankly, that you would make that comparison.
If you want Jamal Murray, I can change it to Jamal Murray. That's the Kyle, it doesn't have to be about the guy with cheeks. I mean, that's not the point I'm trying to make here. Just because Jalen Hurts can squat 600 pounds, yeah. I'm not trying to compare him to Kyle Lowry because they both might just be able to set world records in squats potentially one day. That's not my point here. My point is being that he's not he is the nucleus of the team. The nucleus of the team in terms of having the ball in his hands, having to distribute, having to make plays when it's his time to make plays. But generally speaking, when you need a big play, you're putting the ball in Nikola Jokic's hands.
I give you credit. That was a really good comparison to get my that was you hit a nerve. The Kyle Lowry was such a perfect because
it's a good comparison and you know it.
It's not the worst comparison.
Because you know it.
It's not the worst comparison, and I do understand what you're saying, but it's give me a break, man.
And the point is to ruffle feathers, but deep down at your core, you know it's not necessarily
You know what, Ben, I don't want to work you crazy, but if Dirty Bird asks, would you mind pull up the first take while Barkley run? I like that, Dirty Bird. Why not? Keep it coming. Give it to me. Because, all right, I'm all over the place. I apologize. I'm just so excited today.
You know at your core.
What do I know at my core?
That there is some truth to the Kyle Lowry. or the overall aura of the assessment there.
I do think there is some truth to that, but your specific example is very disrespectful.
All right, so if I say Jamal Murray. I think when we look back at the game of basketball, now I know I'm going on a tangent here.
Yeah.
But when we look back, I think Jamal Murray and Kyle Lowry are going to be looked back at as on the same tier of all-time NBA point guards. Legends to their team respectively, not legends of the game. I think that's exactly what Jalen Hurts is. I think Jalen Hurts, probably not an NFL Hall of Fame quarterback, but if he plays his career with the Eagles, he's going to have his number retired. He's going to be loved like Donovan McNabb was or whatever. That's what I think we're talking about here.
Jalen Hurts is already far more loved than Donovan McNabb.
I'm just saying, in general.
Am I wrong, CK? Eagles fans? Is that fair? I think
I wasn't around in the McNabb era. Dude, I'm just saying, in general, that's what we're looking at here. Era, we're looking at an organizational legend.
McNabb got ripped to shreds for 20 years. Jalen Hurts has been getting ripped to shreds, and all he does is rise above. And I think there's going to be a lot different of a tone this entire next season. I mean, look, especially if he wins this Super Bowl. B-Love, I promise. I think you made a really good point earlier, and I still want to get to it.
This run was insane.
This game was over. Let's go back to looking at this game, and we can talk about Jalen Hurts for the next 3 months. We probably will. This game was over so freaking early. And it was not just this play. And this play was what I thought ended it pretty early.
This play was all I needed to see.
This game ended when Dan Quinn brought out the field goal unit on 4th and freaking 2 from the red zone. Can someone make sense of this? And I know we got some Commanders fans in the chat.
Was that when it was 20, what was it, 27-12 at the time?
No, 0-0. The first drive of the game. I know you're ripping. I don't blame you. It's all good.
I watched this game. I watched the film when I woke up this morning.
0-0. The first drive of the game, the Commanders go on a 17-play drive. They have a great drive. They are looking like they're putting fear in my heart. I'm texting my buddies. We're like, oh, damn. This is not good.
Now I remember.
They go for it, I want to say twice on that drive. 4th and 5 and 4th and 3. They went for it twice. They got it twice. It's 4th and 3 from the red zone. All of a sudden, Dan Quinn, who has made it through the entire playoffs by going for it on all these 4th downs, he brings out the kicking unit.
I do remember being surprised by that.
He brings out the kicking unit, and then after that, Eagles take the kickoff back to the 40-yard line. They run an HB pitch. And Saquon Barkley scores a touchdown. That game was over from Jump Street. And you know what? I think this is an entirely different game if Dan Quinn goes for it on 4th down, gets it, and scores a touchdown. I really do. If you're a Commanders fan, you have one person to blame. That is Dan Quinn, because he could not complete what got him there. All right, guys. We have so much more to talk about. ZK?
We got close to 100 entries on this givey here.
I will roll the tape of that in just 1 second. Well, let's get our slab or no slab giveaway here. 5 seconds to go. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. We will have another one at 10:45 here.
Don't go anywhere.
Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see it.
Come on.
Oh man, good luck. I want to get one of these. I want to get ZK. Let's get ZK. No way! Blaine LaFleur!
The hottest man in the hobby right now.
Maybe the man who deserves it more than anyone.
I didn't even know he was in there.
Are you kidding me?
Thanks for tuning in, Blaine.
Some are calling him the Pat Mahomes of Suncoast Early.
All right, this is 100% going to be a slab.
No way. Let's see it. 22 for Blaine LaFleur, who had the Golden Gator last night. Just add a little George Kirby auto to the collection. By the way, 22, in case you don't know, 22 has gotten hit more than any number. I have to replace 22. It's all been pitcher autos. Pitcher autos, I've been like, all right, I always try to replace a card with like a similar card. And it has been pitcher autos and 22 every freaking day. I don't know how that happens. Pretty cool card.
I love when this happens.
There we go, Blaine. 22. That's a pretty sweet card. Blaine, I don't even know what you're going to do with it. That and the Jackson Holiday going to go right next to each other, right? The Jackson Holiday Golden Gator.
Blaine, you need me to overnight that to you or what?
Oh, my goodness. The hot stay hot. Congratulations to Blaine LaFleur. And a big shout out to Blaine LaFleur for taking down our first Golden Gator, making history here.
Let's make it two, Blaine. Swamp King break in the store right now, my friend.
There you go. In case you guys have missed it, we do have our new repack. They are called Swamp King. They're absolutely fantastic. We have one in our store right now as part of our
24 spots
break.
left, and she's a beaut. Try to get me to 20 before I even walk into that studio chat. Come on, help me out. I'm trying to rip
God.
Here.
And he didn't see it live because of the error. We will not speak of the error. I don't know what you're talking about, Blaine. I will move on with that one. But we got another chance to see another one live today.
That means we're hitting you on today, Blaine.
But guys, we're going to do another giveaway at 10:45 a.m. Slab or no slab.
Yeah, blame it on Patty.
Cloud Jedi last night? Are you talking about last night?
PSA 10 Jackson Holiday Blue Auto, I believe it was, right?
Bowman first Holiday PSA 10 Blue Auto. Golden Gator, yes. So there we go. More where that came from. We'll be getting some of those pics and videos up on Instagram today to give you guys a little taste of what you can hit with our brand new repack. Floor of $1,000, ceiling of $10,000. We'll be running that as much as you guys want.
We got one in the store. Me and Matty Ice are going to be working on it.
Yes,
we would love to get through as many of them as possible, but it's up to you guys. You guys decide how many Golden Gators we see today based off how many breaks we get through.
It is a fun time. It is a fun time to be alive. And then who knows? You never know. Maybe down the pipe, a little football Golden Gator, a little football Swamp King coming down the pipe sooner than you may think, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. 2 Swamp Kings in the break, pin below. Again, 24 teams left. Let me see some spots come down here while I do Talkin Slab. Always a great feeling, chat.
How many Swamp Kings in a case? I don't trip me up here, Chandi. Are you kidding me? There you go. We got our repacks
3 cards
going live.
per box. 3 PSA graded slabs.
I thought you were making a joke. 3 cards in each box. In case you're wondering, 3 PSA graded slabs.
Any team, any player, any year.
There you go. I thought you were making a joke, Chandi. All right, we're not done breaking down this game, though. I just had to take a moment. There's just so much going on here at Suncoast. So much going on in the world of sports. Big shout out to our guy Blaine as well. All right, more on this game here because there was some good Suncoast Sports exclusive, Big Dog knows. B-Lev made a couple good points here that I do want to look over at the other side of the ball because I do think the Washington Commanders have a great quarterback.
Oh, they
you know what I
deserve
mean?
their flowers as well.
Like I think Jaden Daniels, no blame whatsoever. Like rookie quarterback, the one interception he did throw was not his fault at all. You know what I mean? He was down 30. It was bobbled a couple times. It was a crazy play.
I don't. Jaden Daniels is totally fine.
Jaden Daniels is a freaking man.
There's not a. I mean, obviously. Things happen, life happens. We've seen guys have great rookie years. Happy Monday to you,
What's up, Alan?
Obviously, things happen, right? So I'm not, I'm not going to say that I'm 100% confident that Jaden Daniels is going to be, the greatest quarterback of all time, whatever. But if things go the way they're supposed to, if the Commanders, who are known for doing some dumb stuff, do not monumentally F this up, and then Jaden Daniels is going to be totally fine. And that's how it should be. The kid is unbelievably talented. I think the thing that stands out most to me is 100% his poise. He seems completely unrattled. I loved the accountability he took post-game. I love when he said, this feeling sucks. You never want to feel it again. I think, obviously you want to win your rookie year, right? I'm not going to say you don't. I'm not going to say losing is a good thing. No one likes to lose, right? I'm not one of these people, he's going to be better because he lost. No, you know what? He would have been better if he won the Super Bowl this year, too, as a rookie. Don't get me wrong.
100%. But, I mean,
this is not the worst thing that could have happened to the Commanders.
And I will say, and Jay Kane, I did not see that, by the way. In case anyone else see this, what he's talking about, Jaden Daniels doing an extended touchdown dance by himself after scoring and being down 13 at the time. I know the touchdown.
I can't say I was watching closely.
I know the touchdown you're talking about, but I'm not sure I saw him doing it by himself. It seems a little odd to me. Really
interesting.
Right.
Okay, I didn't notice it, so I can't comment on it.
Listen, when he scored that touchdown, so Jay Kane, are you questioning that he's celebrating by himself or the fact that he was alone? Because I have no problem with him celebrating. It was still a game.
I think he's questioning the celebration.
When he scored,
I think he's questioning an extended celebration.
When he scored, let's go, Blaine! Take it down his spot in the Swamp King break. I disagree.
If I had my helmet right now, I'd jump into the garbage for you, Blaine.
I disagree.
Get me to 20.
Watching that game as an Eagles fan, I felt like that was a moment that could have been a momentum swing. And for me, I think Jaden Daniels, he made a fantastic play on that. No two bones about it. And a bit unaware of the situation. He did an extended dance, smiling, laughing after scoring. No one wanted to join in. All right, I guess maybe that's fair. Maybe that's fair. I just felt like, to me,
I'm not a fan of drawn-out celebrations.
No, me neither. Especially while losing.
If I'm able to watch it back, I'm not going to comment on it because I haven't seen it. If I get the chance to watch it back and I see that this was some kind of ridiculous celebration down 13, then I'll have something to say about it. But
it felt to me as a Birds fan, though, like that was one of the few times I was ready to call the game over. He scored that touchdown, and I felt like, hold on.
Was that the one that took it? Are we talking about the one that took it from 3-possession game to a 2-possession game?
Yeah, made it a 13-point game. And to me, it felt like Jaden Daniels was trying to get his guys back in and say, hey, we're still in this. Let's celebrate. Let's go. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, I'm
not going to fault him for that, to be honest with you. But I do
have to
think,
watch it back.
Me too. I'm going to have to watch it back. I'm with Dash. I actually do think, and I'm typically not that way. I'll give him a little bit more.
I'm typically anti-celebration.
Sure. I will give him, and let's remember, he is a rookie quarterback. I will give him a little bit more of a leash because he is a rookie quarterback. But I do think it's telling. It was an 11-point game after the conversion. It was that one? Oh, wow. Yeah. So,
I mean, what am I going to say about a kid my age?
Blaine taking down another. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All in all, if you're gonna want, I want to dunk on him as a Birds fan, but if you're gonna want me to be honest, I side with Felipe here. He's just trying to get his guys juice, and he's still such a young quarterback. Maybe that's something he goes back and watches and says, don't love how that kind of looks. In the moment, I was just fired up trying to get my guys in it. You go back and look back and say, oh man, we were still down pretty bad. Our defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Maybe I should not have done that, but I'm not going to rip the guy for that one. B-Lev did bring up a good question that I wanted to ask you, Aaron, and I kind of wanted to acknowledge this myself. So B-Lev, when we were talking about Hurts, he says, what if you gave Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley, and A.J. Brown? B-Lev, I can't argue. If you gave Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley, or A.J. Brown, let's go, Blaine! Take it down another! Come on, baby!
I might jump in the garbage anyway. Give me the chance to rip a Swamp King, please.
We got a garbage can right here. Are we going to have to do this live on Talkin Slab?
Talkin Slab first. If the chat wants it, I'll do it.
Is there a number we're going to set for a Talkin Slab garbage dive? For how many spots we got to see left? You want to set a number?
I can set one.
All right, what do we got?
Do I have clearance to do it?
Absolutely. Why would we stop a garbage? Why would we stop a garbage?
I don't know. A logistical nightmare.
Oh, come on.
If I have clearance to do it, you get me 3 more spots by the end of the show. Get me to 18. I'll dumpster dive live on Talkin Slab.
18 spots. If we get 18 spots left, we will bring the trash can right here and Aaron will jump in.
Yep.
All right, 18 spots,
18
ladies
by the
and
end of
gentlemen.
Talkin Slab.
Let's see some Swamp King during the day. My goodness. Let's go, baby. But ZK says, okay, Daniel Jones had Saquon Barkley. I'm tired of that narrative. I agree. Look, you give Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley, and A.J. Brown, I think he's fantastic. But he doesn't have them. And I'm not here to take any credit away from Jaden Daniels. I think he will be and is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Those of you who have Daniels cards, hold them, slab them, buy him the whole 9. He is the real deal.
Absolutely. He's the best rookie quarterback I've ever seen.
Oh, then that's not a hot take at all. And listen, B-Love Commanders getting T. Higgins next year.
I think that's a great addition.
I think it's very realistic. Don't get me wrong.
I also do want to point out one thing that we haven't mentioned about the Commanders-Eagles game that I do think deserves a note.
Yeah, what do we got?
Sam Cosmi. Sam Cosmi's injury, I think, played a massive part.
I'm with you.
And the reason I bring this up now, or the reason that I want to bring this up now, is B-Lev mentioning what if Daniels had Brown and Saquon. I want to modify that question because I think it's a better one. What if Jaden Daniels had the Eagles' offensive line? That's the better question, and I think that's what would make Jaden Daniels more successful. Jaden Daniels' issue, by no means...
We're getting closer, baby.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get the helmet out.
Yeah.
Two away.
Put that helmet on me.
Someone help Blaine out
Put that helmet on me.
Someone help Blaine out. 2 spots away from a dumpster dive.
I need it. But anyway, it's my Friday. I'm leaving it all on the floor today. You're getting 48 minutes from me today. I guarantee you that much. Anyway, the thing that it always comes down to for me is the offensive line. It's the trenches. Games are won in the trenches. Games are dominated in the trenches. Yesterday's game was dominated in the trenches once again.
We're 1 away.
Let's go, Blaine. So my thing is...
Felipe, no. Swamp King or bust today, Felipe. Come on. Swamp King or bust, baby.
That's not getting me in the garbage.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If you gave Jaden Daniels the offensive line that Hurts had, then you're talking about the best offense in the NFL.
You might be talking about one of the best offenses in the NFL. I am not going to go over the top. But, Aaron, would you say this? You could have had anyone there for Daniels. The Eagles were not losing that game, man.
No.
The Eagles, that was a team effort from special teams.
That was the definition of the better, more experienced home team absolutely dominating a football game and taking care of business. And to that, the Eagles deserve all of their flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm here to take nothing from the Eagles because they played a dominant and outstanding, well-rounded football game.
JK, that's the bottom line. Like, I feel like it's almost being lost, like how awesome of a performance it was from the Eagles on offense. I got some numbers.
It's lost on me, I'll admit it.
I got some numbers that I have not heard anyone on the internet bring up. I would listen to the Eagles radio all morning today and last night, and I haven't heard anyone bring this up on TV. Like, here's some stats for you. This is the most playoff points in a game. Most points scored in a playoff game since the turn of the millennium. January 15, 2000, the Jaguars scored more.
25 years.
25 years. It took 25 years since any playoff game. Okay, this is the most points in any conference championship game in the history of the National Football League. I thought 7 rushing touchdowns from the Eagles. This has only happened one other time in playoff history. The 1940 Bears is the only other team.
A different sport. Right. A different sport back
73-0. They beat the Redskins in 1940.
I will be the first person to admit and take full responsibility for the fact. Now, part of it is because I'm going to admit I was here ripping.
No, which is all good, man. It's a very exciting day. I give you credit for doing your research.
I tried to keep track of the game as much as possible. I tried to watch film as closely as I could when I woke up this morning just so I'd be able to talk about the game from an X's and O's standpoint.
Right. Tip your cap.
Thank you. But it's lost on me. I think because of the way that game played out, and we're talking about how weak the Commanders' defense is, I don't think we're giving the Eagles the credit they deserve for probably... I mean, I would go as far as saying that might have been the best performance any team has had this season.
Yes.
I think that was probably the most well-played game by any NFL team this season. And, I mean, could it come at a better time?
Yep.
I mean, the momentum they take into the Super Bowl...
Jay Kane says it also. 3 fumbles, 3 punch-outs, good defensive coaching, ended the game early.
I have a Zach Bond comparison. I came here with a Zach Bond comparison that I think you're going to like a lot more than my Jalen Hurts comparison.
It's a Zach Bond jersey, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Who I have fallen in love with, Zach Bond.
You're
the way
welcome.
He plays the
You're
game.
welcome.
And I was going to thank you before you...
Bought this jersey in August.
Before you obnoxiously said you're welcome, I was going to thank you. So, thanks for ruining that moment. Zach Bond, love watching him play. I want your take on this. I'm not saying he's as good, but I think he's the closest thing I've seen in recent memory to Luke Kuechly.
What? Holy, wait a second.
I love this guy.
I thought you were going to make some cross-sport comparison to some guy who came out of nowhere.
I told you were going to like this one. I am in love with the way Zach Bond plays football. That guy is everywhere.
All right, even I'm going to say, I don't know about Luke Kuechly.
I'm not saying he's as good. I'm saying the play style. He's a Walmart...
He's a Walmart Luke Kuechly. Okay,
I'm saying
now
his play style is
I can get behind that.
He's the closest thing. He's the closest thing I've seen to Luke Kuechly since Luke Kuechly. And I'm not necessarily talking about Luke Kuechly was a better athlete, a bigger person, right? He was a bigger linebacker. He was a little faster. Luke Kuechly, first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the best linebackers I've ever seen. I'm not saying Zach Bond is on that level right now. I'm not saying he will ever get to that level. What I am saying is that Zach Bond's anticipation and his ability, his instincts to be around the football is mind-blowing.
It's crazy.
And I have not seen anything like it since Luke Kuechly. The way he gets outside, the way Zach Bond is able to go.
I like it.
We have Zach Bond at home.
And it's so if for those who don't know, their first move the Eagles made this offseason, before getting Saquon Barkley, before getting Bryce Huff, which is a whole different other discussion.
I'm sorry about Bryce, by the way. He sucks.
Because you just sunk all this money into Bryce Huff, and no one even cares, who has been a horrible player. Bryce Huff has been a horrible player.
You never see that happen with the Jets, too. A guy leaves the Jets, get worse. I thought Bryce Huff might set the sack record this year.
Felipe says, Mom, can we get some Luke Kuechly? No, we have Luke Kuechly at home.
We have bald Luke Kuechly at home.
You want to know who deserves a lot of credit, I think, as well? It's Vic Fangio, because they brought in Vic Fangio. They hired Vic Fangio a couple days later. He handpicks Zach Bond and says, I worked with him briefly, and I thought I could turn him into a great off-ball linebacker.
And again, Jay Kane, I want to make it very clear. I'm not saying that Zach Bond is Luke Kuechly.
But you don't see this type of linebacker. It's a Fred Warner type of player.
Yes. It's the instincts. It's the anticipation. Everyone used to say...
And listen, he did get burnt a little bit in pass coverage yesterday, but he still had 12 tackles, a forced fumble.
It's about being around the football. And that's where Kuechly was great, because Kuechly was Kuechly was the perfect player in the sense of you had an edge rusher when you needed him with the mind of a linebacker, and you had a strong safety, free safety in terms of speed.
That's what was always blew my mind with Kuechly.
Because he could do both. Bond, obviously, a much stronger player in the box than in pass coverage. I'm not going to act like he's anywhere on Kuechly's level in terms of being able to play man or play pass coverage. What I'm saying is, though, his ability to get from sideline to sideline with a team like the Commanders, that like to spread the ball out. The Commanders, their run game, if it's not Brian Robinson, when they're using Jaden Daniels, it's a lot of left to right, a lot of misdirection. That's where having a guy like Zach Bond being able to anticipate and read plays, be aggressive on the ball is so important. And that's where I make the comparison, because it seemed like he was beating the Commanders' offense. He was beating the Commanders' offensive line to blocks that needed to be set on the outside. And when you're beating blocks that need to be set, you're good.
Jay Kane says as long as you don't compare him to a semi-notable Raptors player.
First off, not semi-notable. He's going to have his number in the rafters in Toronto. And second of all, I changed it to Jamal Murray, which apparently is so much better for reasons unbeknownst to me.
All right, Aaron. Your comparisons were crazy. One extreme, one underperforming. But I'll take both of them. We'll meet in the middle here. Before we start looking at some other stuff and taking this more from a broader perspective, I did quickly want to flash up a meme I saw on the internet before we got too far away.
I know this 18th spot is going to come off, too, as soon as the show ends.
Ben, it's the part 2 meme is the Google Doc, and I forgot to put this up earlier because of the slab or no slab giveaway.
Cooper DeJean, says Felipe. Yeah, I'm always happy to talk about Cooper DeJean, Felipe. That's my guy.
This is, it's an exciting time, man. I can't believe. I wish this was but just a funny meme. I thought this game was over early. This was, remember the
Bro,
Olympics?
I've wanted this meme of me for how many weeks now?
What's
I've been
that?
asking for this meme. There's a picture of me. Jason has the screenshot. I accidentally made this exact gesture to the camera, trying to like go bang, and it just looks like me pointing a pistol at the camera. And I've been saying that I need that meme made up of me in that screenshot.
Dude, this was 100. I hadn't seen this meme in a while. They brought it back out yesterday after the Eagles' first drive. It perfectly encapsulated the game. I mean, the Commanders.
Mally make this?
No, I wish.
This is a Mally meme right here.
I mean, this encapsulated, I felt, the game. And there's one other meme. Were you aware of what was happening with the Commanders and taking over Hard Rock? Did you see any of that, Aaron?
Can you read the rest of J. Kane's message?
Aaron, if you keep making bad comparisons, the refs will go ahead and award the Eagles a touchdown. Hey, yo, just like the tush push shenanigans.
I don't like the tone you're taking here, J. Kane. How about that?
I love it.
How about I'm going to award the Chiefs a touchdown?
I love it. Hey, nope. Come on now. No one wants that.
Can't award the Chiefs a touchdown. It's the Eagles versus the refs in the Super Bowl.
Enough.
Right? Is that the narrative we want to start? Eagles versus the refs here. I'm starting it now, Chad. I mean, you might as well just give the Chiefs 7 points because that's what the refs are going to give them off the bat, right?
Ben, could you pull up the video of the Commanders took over the Hard Rock? Have you seen this? For my Eagles fans out there, I know you've seen this, but I want to enlighten the rest of you who might not be Eagles fans. So the Commanders, look, they haven't been here in a long time, and the fan base has come out of the woodwork. There was a little more burgundy that I saw at the game. This was a clip that went viral over Twitter.
Where is this?
This was at the Hard Rock Cafe
in Philadelphia, I'm assuming. Okay.
We took over this place.
What are we doing here? Where the hell is this guy's locker? Yeah, I mean, all right, so I'm going to start off by saying, one, seems like a nice guy.
Sure.
Seems like a nice guy. Probably had a few Yinglings.
A few Michelob Ultras.
Yeah, a few skinny mix, low carb perhaps.
Superior
Light Beer, sponsor me, please.
I can't even tell you, man. Like, that was the corniest.
Yeah, but that's corny.
We took over the Hard Rock.
Not even that.
So you made a reservation.
Yeah, you made a reservation at a cafe. I mean, go to Starbucks, man.
You made a reservation at a cafe that is just a joke to any native Philadelphian, by the way. I pass that place almost every day, and I didn't even think twice. I was like, there's a Hard Rock. What the hell is this doing here? It is ridiculous, man. This is such a good narrative on Twitter for Eagles fans.
You know what? I like the idea of rallying the troops, whatever, getting the fans together. That's great. I hope those fans had a lovely time hanging out before the game. I hope they enjoyed their season. Fantastic stuff. But let's not act. Come on, again, you're a fan of a football team, and I'm as dedicated of a Jet fan.
He was Braveheart out there, man.
I'm as dedicated of a Jet fan as anybody else out there. But come on, I mean, we're not rallying people to go into war here. You're going to watch a football game. Let's go.
Dash, oh, come on. Give it to them. They've had nothing to celebrate for decades. Winning the Hard Rock is their Super Bowl. Yeah, Dash, winning the Hard Rock. They're going to hang a couple banners. It's going to say taking over the Hard Rock and executing a fake punt.
That's like me trying to take over the Five Guys by Yankee Stadium. I mean, it's not a big deal.
No issue with celebrating, no issue with going there. It was just the speech and the exact quote of, we took over the Hard Rock. It's like, brother.
It's the cringe factor of it. It's not I have no problem with going to supporting your team and having a great time.
And I got to give Commies fans just a tiny bit of credit. Just a tiny bit of credit, because Vikings fans came over, did the same thing. They did Skull at the Art Museum back in 2017 and said, we're taking over Philadelphia, I saw no purple in the link. I did see a little bit of burgundy, and, you know, it's a closer commute. A little more than I would have liked.
I'm glad on a serious note, didn't hear anything of, you know, like fights or anything like that. Like,
no.
Everyone should have a safe place, you know, to go support their teams.
Well, no, there was surely no safe place. There was verbal abuse in the link. There's no doubt. There's a video.
I'm saying, did anyone break an arm or something? I don't know. If someone got yelled at, I don't care.
There's a video of that guy at the Hard Rock. They found him at the game.
3 people were hurt, leaving the stadium, hit by a car. I get hit by cars all the time.
I'll be honest, I didn't read it. I think it was just unfortunate. I think someone got behind the wheel after a little too much to drink, and there was a lot of people in the streets. But neither here nor there.
Sorry to hear that.
It's never something good. But all in all, man, it was a fantastic night. There was a video of someone in the stands. They found that guy leaving,
really?
And they took a video of him yelling in his face, saying, "Congrats on the Hard Rock, dude! Congrats on the Hard Rock!" And I did feel a little bad for the guy.
So you know what I do in that regard, you know, I think you're going to come in, you're going to take a video of you saying, we're taking over Philadelphia, we're going to get it done.
That's what you open yourself up to.
If you're going to open the floodgates, you should be able to take some of the heat that comes along with it. So,
all right, I apologize because I'm just excited today. There is not a lot of this is some of the least preparation I've ever done for a show. This is all just like my emotions and my initial fan reactions as an Eagles fan. I'm going to make a pledge today, right now. Every day until the Super Bowl, Rothschild, I will wear this jersey on Talkin Slab.
Okay.
I am wearing the Zach Bond jersey for every Talkin Slab show from here until the Super Bowl, baby.
I believe this is my only appearance of the week.
And it makes me sad. I want to hear more Kyle Lowry compared. Who's Cooper DeJean compared to? Like a Vucevic or something like that? Who do you got tomorrow? You got who's Pascal Siakam, Rothschild?
Oh, I was gonna say Cam Scataba.
Give me a break. 3 minutes away from our final slab or no slab giveaway, and we still have a Swamp King break in our store, ladies and gentlemen.
Next spot off triggers a live dumpster dive.
Yes,
in the Talkin Slab studio, assuming I don't get told I'm not allowed to.
All right, so look, we have 2 weeks to look ahead to this Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl game. Look, I do want to end the show, and I want to get your, I want to hear your pick for the game. Every show, we're gonna end the show by giving our Super Bowl pick because I know, look, we know my
man. I'm about to piss off half the viewers again.
And
I mean, everyone knows who I'm picking.
Here's my question to you: before we start to look at the Super Bowl, I kind of want to look back at this year. So much discussion about like, oh, the Lions were the best team. Oh, the Chiefs were the best team. When you look back at the season, this is an honest question I've been asking myself as a Birds fan, and JK and ZK Birds fans, I wonder what you think. Were the Eagles the best team this season? Like, and it's a genuine question because I'm starting to think they weren't.
No, I don't think so. I think they were the 3rd best team this season.
Why? Like, why though?
Because I think the Lions and the Chiefs were better.
Like, if that was the case, then why did the Lions fold in the biggest moment? You know what I mean? Like, and
because Jared Goff. I mean, we've spoken about.
Okay, all three say injuries.
I'm not even saying the injuries. I mean,
because that's what I think. I did not feel like it was injury.
We've spoken about the injuries with the Lions a million times, and
it wasn't not the injury. Don't get me wrong.
That had a factor. But I mean, how many times have I come on here or said on stream, Jared Goff is a really good quarterback about 85% of the time.
Right.
But there's a 15% of the time thing where when he's bad, he is really bad. When he's confused, he is really, really, really confused. And to have him have to put together 4 consecutive games of elite play against elite competition might just be too much to ask of him. So no, I don't think the Eagles had a better regular season than the Lions. I think the Lions the Lions won more game in a tougher division. I think they had better wins. I think they were a great regular season team, and I think they lost because Jared Goff couldn't get it done in a big game, and I think the Chiefs were the better team. I think the Eagles had a great season, and I told you, I had the Rams to beat the Eagles, but I had the Eagles to beat the Redskins here. And I do have the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Friedline, first of all, our giveaway is live. Our giveaway is
live.
Go
get those entries in,
slab
chat.
Or no slab
Again, no
giveaway.
Question here. Automatically giving away here.
Yeah, so. No trivia, no ifs, ands, or buts. 3 PSA graded slabs up for grabs here. A 49 card wheel.
Just like in that Swamp King.
Friedline seems like Friedline getting a little bit angry at me. He's saying it's impossible to make that claim in NFL because in other sports, there is a series. Anyone can win one game just enjoy the W and go win it all. I just don't think that look, I think this.
Not angry, just disappointed.
Teams get better as the season goes on, right? I think the Eagles got so much better as the season went on. And if we want to go back to the quarterback issue, and it's funny because I do feel like it's a two-team race then that we're talking about. It's the Lions or the Eagles. Is that fair? Lions